it's Flo, and this is my impression of a 1930s gangster using Progressive's Name Your Price tool.
Yeah, see? This Name Your Price tool really lays it all out on the table, see? All I had to do was tell her how much I wanted to spend, and it gave me options in one place, see? Makes all of it easy to see, see? Yeah,
it's easy to find insurance that fits your budget with the Name Your Price tool. Only at Progressive.com.
I might need glasses so I can see more when I'm doing things in place, see?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm the A, his name is Q, breaking down every single sport for you. On Thursday nights from 8 to 10, we are the true voice of the fans, so you know we always win. From hoops to football to video games, baseball, hockey, the NCAA. We give our side cause that's all we know. This is a labor of love, that's why we do this show. From the murder mitten to the Sunshine State, we can talk all day about who's great. Give us a call anytime, 760-539-3269. You know if we could, we would do this every day. Welcome to this episode of Sports Q&A. Sports Q&A. Sports Q&A. Sports Q&A. We are the true voice of the fan. Sports Q&A. Sports Q&A. Sports Q&A. We are the true voice of the fan.
What's good, sports fans? Welcome to another episode of Sports Q&A. I'm Q.
And I'm A. And we're in the house, live and direct, on the air and live tonight on Periscope for the first time. We got Simple Van in here for more. We definitely going to talk some local stuff. But before that, let's get through the particulars of how you can keep in contact with us. Through Twitter, sports_QA. Also, Twitter, sports_QA preps. Then Facebook, we have the Facebook group, Sports Q&A. We have the Facebook fan page, Sports Q&A, and the Facebook account, LOWE, the letter N, Washington. Make sure you hit us up on the website, www.sportsqanda.com. And last but not least, I forgot, Instagram, sports_QA. You see his branding. We got everything in sports_QA now. We got it together. And then last but not least, give us a call tonight, 760-539-3269. That's 760-539-3269. What's good in the hood, Q?
Everything is good. Just almost a weekend. We got football on TV. Got more football coming on tomorrow. And it's almost a week away from college football. Actually, 2 weeks. I'm sorry. 2 weeks away from college football. And the greatest time of the year.
The greatest time of the year. So many sports to choose from. But at this point in time, when we talk about sports, you're dealing with the athletes. And I definitely want people to chime in on this one. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I definitely want to do this. Yeah, I want to take my little personal bias to be able to do this, but it's a good cause. People in the Detroit area, come out and check out the number one team in the state, the football program, Detroit King, as they have a scrimmage and barbecue fundraiser on this Saturday, August 22nd. I will be covering that as well for Sports Q&A and for Sleeper Recruits. But it's from 11 to 3, and then it's also an adult mix and mingle at Maccabees in Midtown from 9 to 2. It's to help raise money for the program. Definitely allowed a great program that's underfunded just from where it is. But once again, this is a part for you to be able to invest back into the city, into this great program. And this, right like I said earlier, number one ranked program in the state, according to the Free Press and other outlets. So definitely want to do that. Now, we may have some people that respond to this. Maybe I'm going to expand it. I thought about it first and said, what's the player that you love to hate for no particular reason? I mean, everybody has some reasons to hate certain players for the way they murder their team or them being obnoxious or things of that nature. But who is that player that you love to hate? Somebody already put somebody up. Quan is, I'm on Montana. He's one of the people that he had on the promo shots. The player that you love to hate for no reason. Quan put up Tom Brady. A lot of people love to hate Tom Brady. But who's the player, Quinn, that you love to hate for absolutely no good reason? You don't have to give a reason.
That's interesting. Kobe. And I'm going to give a reason. It's just one of those things where now that he's coming off the tail end, coming into the tail end of his career, it's not as bad. But during his heyday, it's kind of the Jordan-esque type situation where he was so good that you just wanted him to fail and you hated seeing him at his height. And I think that's what's the separation between him and LeBron. I hated LeBron for a hot second, but that was only because of what he did to the Pistons in that Game 6 where he scored like 25 straight points. But other than that, and oh yeah, definitely, I see that Bobby Hurley. That game.
The New Jersey.
If I'm gonna do a team, I got to go Duke. And I will forever hate Duke, going back to being a Michigan Wolverine fan and them just ripping my heart out my chest consistently, not just with the Fab Five, but even throughout all the years they used to play each other, it just never was a competition. It was like until, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Michigan beat Duke in the regular season. It was like, vengeance is mine. So it was like, other than that, I've always had issues with Duke, never wanted them to win. It just seems that Duke is public enemy number one. But back to Kobe and the situation with LeBron, I think that's what separates those two. LeBron just doesn't have, especially now with his philanthropic endeavors off the court, he doesn't do much to, you hate him, but it's wrongfully justified. It's like, oh, he doesn't have a killer instinct, but neither does Kevin Durant. You have certain aspects. He doesn't take over. It's certain other great players that didn't take over to the same level. So I guess I've turned in my old age to a LeBron apologist, and it's one of those things. So if I got to call out a player, it's Kobe during his heyday. Now so much, it's really not a guy per se that I hate. It's more so being a college football and basketball fan is teams. And Duke is up there, and the Buckeyes and Ohio State are up there. So it's just problematic, and I'm definitely going to have some hate for Ohio State this year because they're still good, and we're going to take an L. Unless there's some miracles going on in Ann Arbor, I don't see it.
Season ain't started, you going to claim it already?
Hey, I'm a realist.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I would have to look at it. And it's hard to hate a player for no good reason. And yeah, I'm in the minority of this because there's tons of Detroit fans who love this guy, Michael Jordan, but I hate him not because he beat the Pistons, because that was just the natural progression of how it went in the 80s and 90s in basketball, but I just hate him just because I just hate him. It's not, like I said, we created the Jordans, there's no need to read, but I'm just saying, people got putting them shocked faces. Yeah, I hated Jordan. And here's the thing, before I'm going to add this to it. Now, I have never, ever owned a pair of Jordans in life. I think that they just look like moon boots, and they're horrid. But because Michigan signed with Jumpman, I think I may get some amazing blue ones just because. I'm just saying they look like moon boots. But so I will have to say Jordan will be on my list, and I see AJ agrees in the background. Jordan will be on my list for the player that I hate for no reason. But you look at players that are playing now that I hate for no reason. And it's probably it would have to be Tony Romo. It's just something about Romo. It's like he feels he's Teflon, but he's so so flawed. But that's just what he is. You know.
Now, I gotta ask you this, Al. Can you extend that to not just Tony Romo, but the Cowboys overall? It just seems like that franchise, that fan base, is one of those teams that feel that no matter what they do, everything that carries that star is going to transition well, is going to be the best. And I mean, other than the fluke win last year, and yes, I'm still calling it a fluke, because if they can cry about that dad's not going to that dad's no catch best, we can cry about the fluke. It just seems as if they continue to carry this air of arrogance when they haven't done much. So what's the issue with that? When are they going to realize, yes, you had one good year last year, but you guys were on the verge of 8-8. Y'all might as well call y'all the 88s. Because every year it was 8-8, and they never seemed to bounce back, and they never seemed to be able to get over that hump. And it's funny, living here in Dallas now.
Dude, I don't know how you stand it, dude. Because they're just flat out obnoxious. And they could be having the worst season in the franchise history, but then they'll fall back on the well. And I don't know. And here's the thing: the other franchise that does that pretty much is Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh just doesn't come off as obnoxious as Dallas fans. They just come off as cocky or overconfident. But you would think that the NFL started in Dallas and every game is played at Cowboys Stadium. The way that the Cowgirls fans talk about them all day long, like they, just running the show. I mean, you got to look back a minute. Yeah, I got on my Lions shirt, and I'm going to always rep my squad because that's just how I do. But it's been a minute. It's been a minute since you got to that promised land. And it may be a minute before you get back. But the thing is that we understand the love for your team, but I hate your attitude. That's what I hate. I hate all Cowboys' attitude. I also hate, you know who I hate? I hate Lions fans that are scared. That's who I hate. The unloyal Lions fans. I hate
the Lions fans that are so quick to throw out the same old Lions mindset when they see the first sign of trouble.
So scared to win. Already talking about why are they're doing this. Man, let these guys play out. Nobody thought they were going to do what they did last year. Now, let's see what they're really about. Oh, in history, in 50 years, we never won. After a double win season, we always. Guess what? That's why you play it. Guess what? You're not a diehard fan. You're a sappy. And you're going to jump on the bandwagon if they're winning, and you're going to jump off if they're losing. So you just a cancer to the team anyway. I'm sorry. Let me get off my mini box. I'm jumping off.
You've been on one the last couple of shows, but hey, it is what it is. I understand, and it's just one of those situations where you have to realize that. And I had a conversation with somebody about this. It seems as if a lot of these other fan bases, ride or die, win or lose, they can have a team coming off a 5-11 season, and they still go into every game thinking, okay, we have a serious chance in winning this. Whereas we have the Lions fans coming off of a very good 11-5 season, and you already got people counting. Oh,
yeah,
this is a loss. This is a loss. This is a loss. This is a loss. This is a loss.
Yeah, and
I'm like, dude, can we play the game?
Exactly.
We had some games that we were supposed to lose going into 2014 that we won. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's just frustrating that you deal with stuff like that, but until we get into that consistent mode of 9-7, shoot, I'm going to be real. Take it back to the Wayne Fonts days. If we can get back to being in constant contention for the playoffs, I think it'll help a little bit. Nah, who am I kidding? It's going to take us winning the Super Bowl for these Lions fans to shut up.
I mean, and they still not going to shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the nature of the fans. they've been beaten down so much and put their hopes and dreams into it. They don't know how to rebound and say at the end of this year, that's closure for this season, and we need to build from there. They've been building things on from 57, and half of them weren't even thought of in 57. Now, somebody did mention it on Periscope, and then here we go. Jen said that we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I love that fandom. Here's one that somebody put up there a little early while we were talking. LeBron. Now, if we were doing this episode 3 years ago, LeBron would have been on my list. But it's just something about. I think it's something about that letter that he wrote about coming home and representing, because that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what fandom and sports is all about. It's about representing your area, representing your city. And somebody said, Kwani said that's why she respects him because of last season, because that dude carried his team, pulled them through the mud, and got them to the finals and as far as they could possibly get it. Yeah, the Colts and the Eagles. I mean, it's so many. See, you look at fan bases. The fan bases, Eagles fan base is so easy to hate. I'm not scared of anybody. I would be
they are
Lions game. If it was a Lions game.
Oh, that's a Super Bowl pick. Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay. So with that, I'm gonna fall back. But I'll be a little hesitant to wear my Lions gear, because unless I have my squad with me, just go ahead and go, because Philly fans are the craziest. How about that? Philly fans are the craziest. But I like that Super Bowl pick. But I don't know.
Now, before we make a quick transition, and this kind of brought up a question I want to ask the people that on Periscope also. Where is a venue in the NFL that you would love to go see your favorite team play against?
Well, while we're waiting for somebody to respond,
as bad as the Lincoln Financial Field is, I think that would be somewhere interesting.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit, but I can hear you now. So here's the question, because you got to be able to see. Can you hear me? The Lions you got to see the Lions in Cowboy Stadium. How was that? Q? All right, looks like Q is out. The question was, where's one place in the NFL you want to see your team play?
In the stadium.
Do you?
You actually go to the game.
You're breaking in and out, dude. Do I need to call you? Hello?
You might have to.
Okay. I will call you on here. So Q is going to come in by another means because he's crack-a-lacking. See, we start talking about the Cowgirls and what happened. They sabotage him. It's hard to be in enemy territory. I understand. But you got to do what you got to do. Dude, I almost said your name, your phone number on air.
Wow.
All right, I'm about to call this guy. Yeah, that's Quinn getting on the phone now. Dude, can you answer your phone?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let me get you up off Skype. Skype, we had problems. Oh, you already are. Okay. All right, so we back. So, Quinn, they're asking you to answer the question since you were all broken up. Or where you would want to see
actually, having seen them play in Cowboy Stadium was an event, a sight to see, because the stadium, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I hate Jerry Jones and all that stuff, the stadium is nice. Truthfully, being able to see my Lions play somewhere, even though I would hate to see it, I would love to go to Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field for a winter game. Snowstorm. I just want, as long as I'm prepared, if you're going to go to Lambeau Field, go when it's 30 degrees, 20 degrees, it's snowing, everything. Get the full experience of it. So that's one thing I want to go do. and hopefully it will be a win, even though we know the chances of them winning in Lambeau in the winter is next to none.
Yeah, Jen stated she went to Cleveland Stadium. It was pregame season. I mean, that's the thing, and we talked about this. And anybody want to get on board with this? I'm gonna open this up to everybody. We'll see who's really diehard. We're gonna start our bucket list next year as Q gets used to fatherhood for a little bit and get a weekend pass. We're gonna start doing our football explosion weekends when we do a college game in a pro game in the same weekend. And I mean, really, to be honest, I mean, I'm trying to think. I've never seen a pro game outside of Detroit. I don't believe so. That goes for baseball too. I've seen minor league baseball, but I've never seen a pro football game outside of Detroit. And I've only seen.
That was something me and my dad did when I was younger for baseball. Because I saw when Comiskey Park opened in Chicago, went there, the old Milwaukee County Stadium, been there, where it was raining on one half of the stadium, sunny on the other side. Just when I was in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, went and saw Target Field, pretty nice. I want to get to Arlington, which is crazy. I live in the city, still haven't been to a game. So, been to the Tampa Bay Stadium a couple of times, see the Tigers. So, I think that baseball is a lot easier to get to because it's cheaper, and you can find tickets a lot more readily available. Did the basketball, did the Bobcats, did the Mavericks, did the Orlando Magic. So I guess because of the fact I lived in a bunch of different cities that had pro teams, it allowed me to go travel and check in the games. But I definitely am up for the travel to another city. I want to go see the 12th man, go to Seattle, see them play somebody, go to a game at the Madison Square Arena, Madison Square Garden, check out the Knicks, especially while they're bad, so the tickets should be cheap.
Yeah, man, I see one of our fans, Kwani, she hasn't been to an NFL game. We got to change that. But see, me on the other end, I'm quite the opposite. Like I've never minor league. I mean, I could get my minor league out. Toledo, I've never been to Toledo, right up the road to see the Mud Hen. And then I went to school in Radford in Virginia, 15 minutes from Virginia Tech sister school. I didn't hear the school up there.
That
you know, that was bad.
How you missed out on that?
I tried to get tickets one time, but it's so hard to get student tickets. And the one time when I had it lined up, it just it fell apart at the last minute. So no, you know what? I've been to other I've been to, and here's the other thing with college football. And here's the extent. Outside of a classic, Circle City Classic, I've been to Eastern, U of M, and Wayne State. Sadly. But this year, I am looking to try to go to the Michigan-Indiana game at IU, though. So that's something that I'm trying to do this year. I'm trying to expand it because I watch all these games and doing all the other things. That's all right. Hey, Simple Van is going to Rutgers and Buckeyes and IU and Buckeyes. Simple Van, are you a Buckeye fan?
I think we might have an enemy in our midst, but hey, we talk sports and we welcome.
Yeah, just don't give
if you can back it up.
No poisonous nuts for me to do that. Hold the nuts. And he is a Buckeye fan. Yeah. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to hear that, but it's okay. It really is. But
it's definitely one of those opportunities. I think with college football, it is more about the pageantry and the whole experience, whereas pro football is about being able to see your team or seeing good games. Because we can go. I've been to a couple college games where there was no competition whatsoever, but it was still a good game. And interesting enough, as big as a Michigan basketball fan I am, I never went to Chrysler, and the first game I may attend is when they come down here to play SMU. So it's definitely going to, hopefully I'll be able to get access and I'll be covering the team, but if not, I definitely will be in Moody Coliseum, and I will say that's going to be a rowdy arena because the fans and the students at SMU do not play.
Yeah, I've been to Chrysler, but it was to see the women's game because my cousin played at Ohio State, and I do put family over my fandom. How does that happen, man? Sorry, if he's a Michigan fan, I'm born in Michigan and a Buckeye fan. But yeah, so I rooted for Ohio State for 5 years. He's redshirted the first year. So I moved and I went to Chrysler 3 times, sat right behind the bench, but I've never been there for the men's. So that's something else is on the bucket list. But I mean, it's always a good thing. And I would think with the Lions, Lambeau is a really good one. But I want to see him go somewhere where they rarely play. I would rather go just for the mystique of the championships and thing. I would love to go see him play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's definitely a good game.
And it's just a good, it's just a good football city all around. And I can deal with their fans. And that would be probably a game I would go to with my cousin who's a Pittsburgh fan. But he's a Michigan fan and he was born in Ohio. So I can't knock him too hard. But, it is what it is. But, let's, that Hall of Fame game, definitely. Oh, thank you. And that's another one, Quanti. Notre Dame, I hate your stinking guts. Gold helmets, I hate them. I want to rub all the gold off. I'm about to get in some players. I hate you and no one but you. Yeah. That's pretty much where it is where the Golden Dome goes. I just can't do it. I can't do it. And that's why you're going to be left out of the playoffs until you get into a conference. And the ACC is not the answer because you can get beat up being in the ACC. So it's just not going to happen. But okay, man, this is going to cause me to be on the box multiple times. But, okay. Ooh, yeah, wow. So I'm on a transition, and it's still in the realm of sports. And this is probably going to really get some people riled up one way or the other. But here it is. Everybody heard about James Harrison giving his son's trophies back for the quote-unquote participation trophies. And we talked about this a little bit in the past. But when it comes to those participation trophies, I feel some kind of way. I had to go. I felt some kind of way, but I had to go check because I have all the trophies I have ever won down in the basement in the man cave from the first and only championship that I won, which was my first year playing baseball, and they stuck in the right field, so we all know what that means. But we won regular season and the World Series playing with the Mets at Skinner Park over at Denby High School. But I went in and started looking at all of my trophies. And thank God, none of my trophies were participation trophies. And all of my trophies were either All-Star, a championship. Like I said, the only team championship I got was that first baseball. It's overall championship, but got golf trophies, tennis trophies. Oh, I did win tennis trophies. Tennis trophies. Yeah, ribbons. I don't have a problem with ribbons. Ribbons is fine, but trophies, I got a problem with. Because ribbons, it's a big distinction. Even in the color of the ribbon. When you start getting into pink and taupe and turquoise, everybody knows what that means. But when you start giving out trophies, to me, I just think the trophies just always gave us something to shoot for. Gave us something to want to be better. I could go to when I played on the team that had no wins. We went to the World Series to see that. That helped at least motivate me to want to get there. But I've never just been a fan of getting the participation. I even look at when it go to letters.
I'm gonna have to be the bad guy. I'm gonna have to be the other side because I haven't been able to do it because my trophies are still in Detroit with my parents' house. But I'm pretty sure that Northwest Detroit Little League gave out participation trophies back in the day because we didn't win too many championships, but I got a bunch of trophies at the crib. So, but my caveat with this is there should be a distinction. The championship if you're gonna give everybody trophies, you should make it where that championship team trophy is a little bit bigger, a little bit more gaudy, and there's a visible distinction so that everyone else in that league can say, oh, this is what we're shooting for. But if you go in the trophy, if you go to the award ceremony and everybody's trophy look the same, that's where the problem is. And I really think that the issue isn't so much with the kids, because honestly, I believe the kids don't care. It's the parents, because they built up in their heads this mindset that, oh, my kid is a star, or my kid is better than this. So when they don't get this trophy or they don't get recognized, they feel some kind of way. True, there's some disappointment with the child initially because, oh, this person trophy or they got a ribbon or whatever, but they, just like with Christmas gifts, soon as they're on to the next one shortly after, whereas the parents are the ones that's feeling that, oh, my child doesn't have this, my child doesn't have that. So there's probably been a bunch of parents across this nation that felt, oh, a little Johnny should have got a trophy. So we're going to bitch and complain to the league officials so that now my son can get a trophy just like everyone else, and that's where the problem.
I agree with that the parents are a issue when it comes to the trophies, but you have a generation of parents now that their mindset is much different from, I would say, our parents, or even I would say when I first started coaching out of college. The expectation was not for your child to go pro. The expectation was your child to learn how to be a part of a team, how to try their best,
Right.
how to stick with something and push your way through. And if you won, by the way, if you were better, by the way, if you got a scholarship, by the way, that was all a bonus. But with people in Pee Wee League or flag football thinking that they have the next Jerome Bettis or the next Calvin Johnson, that tarnishes it. I mean, and as a coach, I hated that because I'm an educator, so I'm all about the teaching aspect of it. You have to get to a certain level and have to have a certain level of talent to really just play to win all the time, because that's just not necessarily the case when you're dealing with a vast, diverse group of athletes. And I use the term athletes loosely, at least on the middle school level, because you have everybody who wants to play and wants to be that person, but they don't want to put in the work.
Right. Or you have kids that are playing just because mama and daddy want them to play. And we saw how this transitioned to a big, ugly situation out at UCLA with Cordell Brodus. And I'm going to jump with a quick tangent right quick, but it still kind of ties in. How Lil Snoop decides, not even being up at UCLA for a couple of weeks, decides, oh, football isn't for me, I'm walking away. And we all know how big a football fan his dad is, Snoop Dogg. And there's been conversations, there's been speculation to say this was all him. We don't know where it really started, but this was Snoop's dream, not Cordell's dream. So when he had the opportunity, yes, the young man had the talent. Yes, the young man had the skills as a four-star recruit to have many of the colleges across the nation recruiting him.
First day of practices. The weather's a little bad out here, but we finally made it out here on the field. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions about this season. So first question, how does it feel to finally be out here with your guys?
I mean, we wait all year round for this time of day. So, the weather not really cooperating today, but we're going to get out here and get the work in anyway. We got a real good team. Veteran-led team. Most of these guys been with me since the 9th grade and 10th grade. A lot of them played JV, so, we should be really ready to go this year.
Okay, and last year was bittersweet, coming one win short of making it to the state finals. What's motivating you to take that next step as a program?
Well, just the goals. Our goals are the same every year. The kids know the goals, and our first goal is always to win our division. Second goal will be to get ourselves into the city playoffs, and then third goal would be to get into the state playoffs. So we didn't win our division last year, but we were able to make it to the city playoffs and lost in a tough first round game to Cody. So that was a pretty good experience for my guys, and this year it's a state playoffs a bust for us.
All right, that's good to hear. So speaking of divisions, it's a new configuration with division. What's your thoughts on that?
I like it. I think it levels the playing field. I mean, when you're in a conference like the Detroit Public School League, it's so diverse as far as the numbers that each individual team would have. I mean, just thinking of a game 2 years ago, Cass Tech came over and played us. They dropped off a busload of kids, went back to the school, picked up another busload of kids, and dropped them off.
Wow.
My team barely fills up a bus. So, now we'll get to play against teams that are in the same bracket as us as far as enrollment. And I think that'll end up giving us more playoff teams for the state this year.
Okay. So DPS is actually doing a great job promoting all teams, not just the big heavyweights. And you're one of the 3 teams featured in the kickoff against Old Redford. What are you thinking about that matchup?
Kickoff Classic, I think it's a great opportunity for our guys to get a chance to get some exposure. My senior class, got some of the best senior talent in the city this year, so it'll be a great opportunity week 1 to be able to shine on that stage.
All right, so when you're thinking about your team and your players, who are some of your players that are those special talents this year?
Definitely.
Wasn't planned, then we come back, we missed 2 days of practice, then actually see some players, so it's kind of like, we just had to, come together as a faith, we did it.
Despite all that, what does win mean?
It means a lot to win the championship, but it's a small step we trying to win the state championship.
Talk about last year's game, y'all lost 39-7. It wasn't mean to get this win against Cass.
I mean, like I said, it meant a lot, just beat them. We got blew out last year, and to beat them twice in 1 year is nice.
What's the name for the program going ahead this year?
It gives us a lot of motivation, to go ahead, gives us a lot of hype, so, keep it rolling.
Crazy 7 days, but I give all the credit to our young men. They fought through all the off-the-field stuff and was able to focus because we want to practice one day this week, one day.
What about your secondary, shutting down those Cass Tech receivers?
Well, they have been doing that job all year, but a lot has to go to their defensive line because they pressured them all night. Might not have got the sacks, but he didn't have time to make no easy throws. So it's a team effort.
How do you all keep the boys together these last couple of days?
We just tell them you got to have a belief in something that you might not see. Blind faith is always good. If you don't see it, a lot of people only have faith in things they see. You got to have faith in things you might not see. And I told you, something's not good for you if you play hard and trust right will happen to you. And it didn't happen because they were questioning, well, Coach, we've done everything you said do and we're getting punished. So you're not. That might be the step to something good for you. That was tonight. Because some kids filled in and played a role hadn't played all year. We played some kids tonight hadn't played all year. And they stepped up.
What about Moses playing quarterback?
Moses has been excellent all year. Moses I keep saying it. I don't know why. He is one of the best athletes in the state of Michigan. He's always at the same demeanor and he's making plays.
How do you feel trying to get Cass in Ford Field?
My thing about the place, I'd have played them in the parking lot. I don't care where we play them. It's just the outcome. As long as we play well, and they're an excellent football team, and Welsh does an excellent job with his kids.
Did you guys have to get this win? Did you guys have to get this win against Cass?
I think we had to get that. We had lost 2 times in a row. So this kind of got the monkey off our back for now. But the money climbs back up on our back Monday because we're gonna have a tough opponent in the first round.
So between Tuesday and today, when you guys found out on Tuesday you're back in the game, what were the conversations like with the team?
Well, the main thing was getting the opportunity to play, and then we found out Thursday that we lost 5 kids. So then we got hit again. So now we had to go get some kids, put them in roles that they wasn't expecting to play, and they played out there tonight. They played out. You look at the ball game, we gave up 14 points on special teams, and that was part of taking those kids off of special teams. See, when you create one hole, you create another. The kids came off of special teams, now I start. Now we replace them on special teams with some third, so it's a trickle down effect. When you in high school, you're not that deep.
However, your defense gave up 36 yards passing. Let's talk about what those guys were able to do in the back.
But it starts up front. He was harassed all night. Coupled with the great athletes that we got back there, but you have to look at, in our secondary, we were missing 2 kids starters.
Right.
So it was even more of a great job because we had kids back there had to play. And we still would keep the level of consistency we had playing good defense, especially in the secondary.
Coach, 8 kids still title in 15 years. Talk about the program.
The program speaks for itself. The program speaks for itself. It's a consistent program, even through the change with Coach having